Hey, how's it going? Josh with 6 Up Tabletop. Still working on some American War of Independence stuff, but I just wanted to take a little bit of break in that series, and something that's really been catching my interest is the Silver Bayonet. It's like a skirmish. For those who don't know, a skirmish war game from Joseph McCullough, and it's described as war game of Napoleonic horror. So it's basically like a skirmish game where you have a small war band from the different great powers during the Napoleonic Wars, and you're fighting against another opponent, and you're also interacting and fighting against different supernatural things like goblins, ghouls, vampires, werewolves, depending on where the battles are taking place. So this is one of the starting units. This is the Prussian Unit, made by North Star Miniatures. Picked this up here in the U.S. and we'll be taking a look at the Prussian Unit, going over some of the models that are included in this kit. As you can see back here, includes a swordsman, a light cavalryman, a doctor, officer, occultist, rifleman, the strategist, and infantrymen. So we'll be taking a look at those. I'll be a review of this kit, and let's jump right in.
Hey, so taking a look at the models, I'm pretty happy with how they all turned out. They are all metal, so that's just something to note there. There was a little bit of cleanup that was fairly typical for metal models, at least in my experience modeling. A couple of the swords in the models, the doctor, swordsman, and the light cavalryman were fairly similarly posed, swords being held in the right hand, and they did come a little bit bent. There is some rifles that came bent, so that could have just been a shipping thing, as the models were packed with some sponge of sorts to try to protect them, but they were probably bouncing around, so I had to kind of rebend them, try to straighten them. They didn't come perfectly straightened, but after a little bit of tinkering with it, I was pretty happy with the result. In terms of sculpting, I think the sculptor did a great job. The models, very distinctly on the table, feel very Prussian during the Napoleonic era. I'm so happy with that, and let's take a look at the individual models. First model up is the rifleman, or Jaeger, I guess it could be in Prussian. Very iconic, with the red cuffs and the green jacket. A very iconic look in terms of the game. The rifleman has a little bit longer range than the muskets. Really think this model is a nice addition to the box, and very representative of a very popular Prussian unit. Officer here, cool model in the game. They're kind of like your custom character leader, where you can just assign a bunch of awesome, cool, unique attributes to them. As you can see, a little bent on the sword, but nice pose with the great coat and the pistol, and a little cuirass for the breastplate. So we have the addition of the occultist, a member of the Prussian party that's better at fighting the more supernatural elements that you'll encounter amongst your skirmishes. She has the scientific-y glasses and a nice overcoat and like an enchanted sword. In the game, she can cast spells and is just better equipped to fight against more of the supernatural. So that's a fun addition, and I'm glad that the game included that. So the game does include rules for cavalry that can increase your move speed of your model. In this kit, it is just the footman, but I think this is an awesome pose. He's got a saber. I believe that this is based off of what would be a Prussian Ulan. This is one of my favorite models in the kit. I think they did a really good job with this one. So one thing cool about the Silver Bayonet is that different nations have access to different unique units, and so one of the units that the Austrians and the Prussians have is the strategist, and the strategist allows you to add more dice that allow you to manipulate different roles. So I think it's cool to have a strategist unit for the Prussians, and the model is just awesome with his overcoat, and I think he's got a pipe with him, just showing off his pistol. So fun model, good addition. So it's the doctor, and as you can guess, the doctor does have like a healing element that he adds to the game. We can heal other characters. This was a fun little one to model. He's got a torch, and I tried to do a little light OSL with some yellow ink. So overall, it's a fun one. Also has the glasses. So another limited nations unit, the Prussians, and I believe it's Spanish, not sure. Another nation can take the swordsman as a type of model, and so yeah, as you can guess, they're extra good in melee combat, more finesse, supposed to represent fencing weapons. Looks like perhaps this was some type of cavalry unit, but overall, happy with this model. And last but not least, the humble infantryman, probably a landwehr of some type for the Prussians. This is like the basic standard unit that you could take in your squad, cheapest points wise. And I think this is just a perfect descript model of what I would hope, Silver Bayonet Prussian infantrymen would be. They are a little bit larger, just in general, all these models from North Star compared to, as you can see, some of the Warlord ones, a little bit more rounded, a little bit larger, but still fits within scale. So I'd be happy to use both within my games. And yeah, with that, that's the final review. Happy with my purchase. Took a little bit of time just to paint them up, and it's fun to see that as opposed to some other Napoleonic figures that are kind of made to be put on bases in line units, which ultimately they did fight that way. But for a skirmish game, having North Star offer very expressive, characterful, individual models for a game that ultimately is about individual characters on the battlefield. I think this is an awesome starting spot. So I'm looking to get a couple other units. So yeah, if you guys do play Silver Bayonet, played the Prussians, or have played through any of the campaign books, I have my eyes on Egypt. But yeah, if you guys are into this, let me know what you think, and any war bands or squads that particularly you guys enjoy. This is Joshua 6 Up Tabletop, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.